in-depth weather video. Today we're going to be talking about, well, this mess right here. But if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Now let's get right on into it. So we have this large system here covering most of the south, which includes Hurricane Zeta and Winter Storm Billy. These two are going to combine and start to move east-northeast, and then that leads up to our snow event in the northeast. So we do have our hurricane, storm surge, tropical storm, we also have special marine, high wind, we also have flash flood, flood warnings, flash flood related alerts, and winter related alerts from New Jersey to New Mexico. That is how far this storm covers. Now let's move on to the radar. So you can see we have this huge system here, low pressure here with Zeta, which made landfall earlier today as a Category 2 storm. Then we have Billy right here, a bunch of rain, and we'll be looking into that in a little bit, and this will be all moving east. Now let's move on here to the satellite imagery. So you can see the convection of Zeta, and you can also see that this storm, its cloud cover is expansive from New Mexico all the way out into the Atlantic. One single cloud area here, and this thing is gonna be powerful, and it's gonna drop a lot of rain. It's going to drop some snow because of how it's going to set up over the northeast, and it's already caused at least hundreds of thousands of power outages, probably over 1 million if you add up the ice storm related power outages and the Zeta landfall related power outages. Last I saw, there was 500,000 power outages in Louisiana alone from Zeta. So let's move on here to the NAM 3-kilometer model. So we're gonna go first here to the beginning here. So you see that these two storms kind of combine, and you get this shield of rain here from the Atlantic through into Oklahoma, and I gotta stop requesting soundings. So this continues to move north and east. Now this first low pressure moves off the coast. Not much snow from that. It's this back area right here. A low pressure forms off the coast. This is where you start to see most of the snowfall. Now after that low pressure moves off the shores of Cape Cod, you start to see more snow. But this second round is where most of the snow, especially in southern New England, comes in, because you already have cold air getting pulled down by this low pressure here, and this is 995 millibars, by the way. That's pretty good for a storm that originated as a hurricane and is now went over a lot of land area just to get out here, and 995, that's pretty impressive. Now snow comes in. Now you have this next low pressure, 994, and dropping. This pulls in more cold air, and then you get that snowfall. Now this is what is currently happening. Just a couple model runs ago, there was a completely different story. So we definitely have to keep checking up on the models, see what happens with this storm, because that freezing line and that rain snow line is going to play a major role in the overall snow totals. Now, with that rain snow line, it doesn't have to be below 32 degrees Fahrenheit with this storm to warrant snow, because I've been looking at soundings, especially for areas right along that rain snow line. So if we go right about here and we go to the northeast, right, let's click right about here, right? This is just north of that rain snow line. Now this is pretty different here in Connecticut. Now this is a skew T chart. This shows our temperature, dew point, that's those two are the ones that we're going to be focusing on here at different pressures. Pressure also correlates to altitude because of gravity and such. Now, you can see that here is the 32-degree line, this slanted dashed line right here. Now, for snow to occur, if you saw my types of precipitation video, we have to have at least this red line, this temperature line, be below 32 degrees Fahrenheit all the way down. But if you notice, there's snow occurring here, and right at the end here, right at sea level or ground level, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, you might be wondering, how is it snowing if it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit? Well, the snow does not have enough time between here and here to melt, so it stays as snow. Now, if it's above 32 degrees Fahrenheit, it's very, very unlikely that any of this snow accumulates on the roads, because the asphalt will contain that heat. So there's probably going to be no need for plows along the southern New England area. Now, if we look at another area, let's just say like upstate New York, you can see we kind of have the same deal here, but the surface is below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, so there's a much better chance that this snow accumulates on the roads. So with those soundings, you can see that our temperatures here, let's just go to temperature, you can see temperatures are much above 32 degrees Fahrenheit in a lot of these areas seeing snow, and yet they are still seeing snow. So definitely a very interesting storm, and that will leave us with an okay amount of snow for the time period. Now, if we go back here to the continental US, we're going to first look at total accumulated precip. You can see here in certain parts of the country, you can see more than 4 inches of rain from this storm. Most areas are going to see 1/2 inch to 2 inches, and you have this strip right in here that'll see 2 to 6 inches, as well as areas currently being affected by Zeta and the rain that will bring. Now, if we move on here to total positive snow depth change, you can see not much left here in the southern plains. Most of it's going to happen in the northeast, and you can see 1 to 3 inches at the most. Most of these areas are going to see less than an inch. Now, for late October, that's pretty decent. So most of the time in the northeast, by the end of October, you're still pretty much in fall season, leaves are still on the trees, and you really don't start to see more significant snowfalls until maybe like mid to late November. So this is a okay start to the winter season for the Northeast. Not much there, nothing to cancel schools, nothing to delay schools. As I said before, roads aren't going to be a problem. They will be clear, no need for any snow removal. There might be salt and sand on the roads, but that's it. But that is the picture for this storm as it heads to the northeast and eventually off the coast. That is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.